The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Run for cover, you discover some will thrive and others suffer. Cause the top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Ooh, don't wait, don't hesitate. Better speak the truth, let it resonate and let it detonate and get blown away. Till you keep on rising to a higher place. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop coming till we hit the top. Gotta keep pushing till the day I make it. Since they won't give it to me, then I got to take it. The pain today is power tomorrow. Keep on coming, but you'll never catch me running. Cause I won't bow down. No matter what they say, I wouldn't do it any other way. Keep on coming, but you'll never catch me running. Cause I won't bow down. The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Not enough, they keep us smothered. Lower class, never the upper. Cause the top of every mountain is the bottom of.
Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. Tonight we are talking about character designs, or just kick-ass character designs, from your video game characters to your cartoon characters, heck, to even your live characters, from your favorite sitcom to your favorite action show, from your favorite action cartoon. We're talking about how characters used to have a striking balance of well-placed striking looks, very enticing designs from your muscle-bound pulp action heroes to your sultry female characters of old, and probably get to how maybe a few others have denounced those designs and decided to create their more modern designs, or we'll just stick to how we just reminisce on things back in the days where they were colorful or dreary or gray. But hey, we had some very nice and unique characters along the way, right? I'm here with the architect of this stream tonight, and that is the Hound of the Saldonic Pal.
Good evening, morning, or afternoon, everyone. This is the Hound of the Saldonic Pal, and welcome to Real Millennials.
We have the humblest of writers, Humble Marty.
She's muted. Oh, there she is.
Hello, I am Humble Marty and I write things.
She just
Pardon
woke
the
up.
Mike.
Yeah, she just woke up. Bear with her, everybody. She had a long day today. We have the Sixth Ranger, Dark Stranger.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
He is half asleep.
Yes.
And last but not least, we have the exquisite, illuminary, enlightened, and well classy, and also sassy, the lovely Leia Violet plus size.
Your introductions get elaborate every time. I'm not complaining. It's just you're quick-witted when you come to introductions.
You sound so cute when you blush.
Anyway, everyone, hello, this is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor, and welcome to our discussion on character designs. I hope you enjoy our discussion, have some fun out of it, and then please make some comments in the chats. We love to hear from you guys about what your favorite designs are of characters.
I guess we could start with cartoons real fast, like the Looney Tunes and Disney Tunes, and heck, even Felix the Cat and some of his characters. And maybe a bit of obscure ones like Baby Huey and Ren and Stimpy, or even Snuggles and Meat. Funny animals, if you will.
Morning, I saw a Baby Huey
Of course,
cartoon
not
on
just the Anthros, but all characters as well.
We know them. So who wants to start? I guess we'll start with Marty, since she's usually the handpicked one of our group.
Okay. Street Sharks.
Street Sharks, nice. Street Sharks. Jawsome.
All right. Good choice.
A 90s cornerstone of a TMNT lookalike and or ripoff, if you want to call it that. Oh yes, Street Sharks. My goodness, where do I even begin with Street Sharks? That was an awesome cartoon. I
An
think it
awesome
ran for
cartoon
at least like
that
one
could have
season.
lasted longer. Yeah.
I mean, the toy line was not too bad either.
Yeah, it was Vin Diesel doing the promotions.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, don't you remember the old commercials with the toys? The big kind of rough and tough looking high schooler or young college guy? That was him
They were
with hair.
a
Yeah.
bunch of college frat boys, and the only one who worried about the ethics about it was a kind of hot female scientist.
Who happened to be black.
And of course,
Yes.
this was before Diesel hit it big.
Vin Diesel voiced one of the sharks?
No, he did one of the toy line commercials.
Oh,
You can
Yeah.
still find it on YouTube.
I will have to look for it.
Yeah, you got him in the shadows, like playing with the Street Shark toys and having them like fight each other and doing some little voiceover. It's weird but funny. And he had hair, natural hair.
Yeah. I still remember seeing him breakdance.
Yeah, he was a breakdancer. A good one.
But yeah, they all were modeled after, real life sharks. Like, say for instance, Slamu was the Mako, Ripster was the great white, Jabber was the hammerhead, and Streaks was a tiger shark.
Mm-hmm.
You also had other later additions to the team, like Moby Lick, which as his name would imply, he's a whale, but in particular he was a killer whale or an orca. You later had Rox, who, thank God he didn't stay around, even though Kid Me would like for him to stay around, because he was useless. Then again, he was a rock star, so he had zero combat experience. But Moby Lick, that dude was hardcore. What? Since you brought him up, Humble, you say something about them.
The one thing I really liked about them is they're the first thing I could think of off the top of my head.
As far as like animal characters concerned,
Well, it's like, okay, what design could you think of? Oh, I know, basically a shark's head plopped between two shoulders. And a cartoon that made it work.
they had a badass theme song too. They bite the street sharks, Jawsome. Of course, you also had their sister series, the Extreme Dinosaurs.
Never could remember the extreme dinosaurs. The one thing I do remember is there was at least an anthropomorphic triceratops off of TMNT.
Well, the thing is, I wish they would have stuck with the toy the toy theme song instead of the one that they went with the show proper. Teeth, claws, muscles, and jaws. They went for more. In this one, they went for more. I guess you could say biker aesthetic theme song. The theme song that would have fit with a biker group. Then again, since I'm bringing up bikers, Biker Mice from Mars was an interesting design. This was when they were. I said this before, and I'll stress it again. '90s really was the experimental, you could say grunge, but also add in the biopunk aesthetic, where
Oh,
everything worked because of either toxic waste, mutagenics, or freak accident. Only in this case, when it came down to extreme dinosaurs were actually alien dinosaurs, or just dinosaurs from another world. I think they came to our planet via a portal, if I recall, or they
Correct.
had their own little spaceship.
or I think SWAT Cats was probably the only one that did basically an all cat populated city.
Mega Cat City.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like sticking them in the real world, let's just stick them in a cat-like version of the other one to torture it with or something.
I mean, heck, in the world of SWAT cats, they have their own David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
I also loved Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god! He looks like a Crow reject villain. He needs to start wearing vests, or rather, he should never be wearing vests when he's in. I'm talking about Vin Diesel. I'm look. Dark just sent me the of him at a fair performance of some shit, but the thumbnail has him with a fade and a vest and no shirt on underneath. It's like, homie, you look like you came off the Crow Sea of Angels. That was quite the surprise.
So,
Oh
well,
my goodness.
get back to Street Shark and Extreme Dinosaurs.
They need to
So,
stop making that.
what is
They need to keep that man from being flamboyant.
to get back
But yeah,
to
Captain Bucky. Look, man. I'm getting us back on progress here. Can you not be yourself today?
no, I was actually trying to get us back on track.
I was getting there. Thank you very much. I was going to bring up Captain Bucky O'Hare or Bucky O'Hare. You know, you gotta call him Captain because he is the captain of the righteous indignation. And my God, Captain Bucky O'Hare. I wish he has his own comic line and he has his own toy line and he has his own show. He also has his own video game. I wish he had came back. I wish he made a comeback.
I agree.
The world of Captain Bucky O'Hare it's amazing. He is basically Captain Harlock
Mm-hmm.
without the ghost ship and the entity and space wizardry and all and the like. You know,
And the egotistical asinine attitude about honor and all that while he steals from people.
right? But no, like he's basically Captain Harlock, just that a kid transported into his world, and he's bearing witness to the conflict between these rebels against the Toad Empire. My God, I need to watch this show again. My inner child is like coming out, and I'm like, ooh, I must resist. I'm in the show right now, but no. One thing I loved about Bucky O'Hare, not just for the intro theme song, of course, because the intro theme song is awesome, but just the fact that you got all these characters that have their own different personalities. They're striking designs. I mean, Captain Bucky O'Hare is basically Buck Rogers with a Captain Harlock attitude. He's got the usual Captain. He's got this basic Captain Crunch design with the flaps on his shoulders and a cape with goggles. and against his green fur, he's got the hot rod red yellow colors to his suit to balance him out.
Yeah.
It should not have
Yeah.
worked at all, but it does.
But it did.
He's like a little green rabbit man in a way. Plus, what's funny is in some of the shots they often design him to look like he's got like a dad bod almost with a muscular chest. And I always cracked up because he should not look like that, to be
Man,
honest.
he's built like Izumi's husband from Full Metal Alchemist.
Right, Mr. Curtis. Yeah, I guess I'll just get the one that's the comics. The comics make him look a little bit better, but the cartoon make him look like he had a dad bod. Yeah, he's like super agile and fast due to him being a rabbit. But I love Bucky's attitude, especially what was her name? Jenny. Jenny
Yeah.
should not. Jenny look like a character that should not even exist at all. But she works within that world. But my favorite, besides Bucky, was always Danger Duck. That dude had an attitude, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, Buddy Smith is bringing up that Larry Hama is the creator of Bucky. And the
Mm-hmm.
same guy who remains is the writer of G.I. Joe the comic book series. He's the creator of Bucky O'Hare.
Let's get
Yeah,
into games real fast. Sonic. Sonic and Mario. Two iconic rivals in the age of the console wars versus Nintendo, Sega, and at times Atari when they feel like fighting. Of course, it's Bucky right here. Let's get into Sonic now, which is funny because Alex Kidd was originally the Sega mascot. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Until Mario came about, and you know, Alex Kidd was basically a Mario reject. You feel me?
Yep.
Because if you ever played his game, it is similar to Mario. Only difference is that Alex Kidd can jump, kick, and punch, but that game sucked.
Ooh.
Thank God they switched mascots. I love Alex Kidd though, even though it was janky in some areas and the hit detection was pretty rough. But I'm so glad that they went with Sonic. Now Sonic, on the other hand, is a hedgehog with shoes, obviously, and some gloves. But again, a lot of these other designs back in the days, and Sonic is no exception, these designs should not have worked at all.
It worked better than the first CG design for his live action movie.
Who's blowing on their mic?
Oh, me.
Oh my goodness, girl.
I was just gonna say his design. I was just gonna say the current design we have now worked better than his first design for his live action movie.
Mm-hmm. Which was wild of that time when it was in the works.
First announced.
Yeah, you know a work in progress is bad when even the makers of the character thank the fans for bullying the artist.
Yeah,
It kind of makes me curious. Sorry, Don. It makes me curious as to how that movie would have played out if they stuck with the original design. Probably would have failed.
It wouldn't have worked out. It would have been mean to death, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a nice picture of Mario. I also remember that Mario originally was the bad guy, or at least
The antagonist
the
for Donkey Kong.
the, yeah, he was the upstart until
Mm-hmm.
he until later on he became kind of like a hero in later Donkey Kong game arcade games. Dun, 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 dun. And then Donkey Kong got his own game, and the rest is history. We got scores of pixelated sprite characters over time. Sonic with his own game franchise, Mario with his own game franchise, even Yoshi start getting into the fray. Princess Peach at
Mm-hmm.
one point in a handheld, no less, got her own game. Luigi got his game at some point.
Banjo Kazooie and Conquer.
Whole host of mascots, as or at least a whole host of. Oh, remember PlayStation mascots?
Yep.
PlayStation, Sony themselves were struggling to have their own personal mascot. I'm telling you right now, y'all may think it's Crash or Spiral. I'm gonna tell you right now, Sony has no mascot ever. They just don't. They don't have a designated mascot. And what I mean by mascot, I'm talking about Nintendo has Mario along with Link. But bottom line, Nintendo has Mario. Mario is their designated mascot. He is the face of Nintendo. Sonic, Sega, is the face of Sega. Yes they had Alice Kidd. Yes, they had the Streets of Rage. Yes they had later other titles under their wing. But by and large, Sonic. Somebody tasing somebody.
No, that's a washing machine.
Oh, okay.
Humble, you sit in
I was
you
wondering what
sit
that
in a
was.
world of weird.
I thank you.
That is definitely a compliment. But
Hmm.
no, Sega by and large has Sonic as the face of Sega. Sony had no mascot, no face whatsoever. Xbox had, of course, Master Chief.
Hmm.
What about everybody's favorite mascot, Bubsy? Oh, who could forget Bubsy? Who is actually getting his own. He's getting a returning game that actually looks interesting. I really want to play it now. I really want the game. But no, like Sony had basically Sony had the flavor of the day kind of mascot. Either you're in the mood for
You're
Spyro,
freaking out,
or you're
Wolf.
in the mood of Crash. You're in the mood of maybe Marco Polo.
Solo.
There we go.
We can hear you now. Can
Yeah,
everybody hear you
there was the detective. There was the Titan Detective for Xbox. But what I'm saying is Sony had the flavor of the day. Either you were a Crash person, or you were a Spyro person, or a Jersey Devil person, or heck, you were Medieval. Anybody remember Medieval? Which had a striking character
Yep.
design in itself. What was his name? Sir.
I forget. I
PlayStation
just
type.
remember he died and then he came back because he. If I recall right, the first game's plot was that he didn't die heroically enough to be able to be part of the cabal of champions.
Yeah,
Correct.
he died by accident.
Yeah, and he was a
I
great
think.
hero, so he's getting. Either he was resurrected unintentionally by some magic, or he was given a slight second chance to earn his place. One or the
Hmm.
other.
He's like, They basically say, "We chose you, so you are it. Now go kill a wizard." I feel bad for Jersey Devil because I think Jersey Devil was a nail in the coffin for any Sony mascot to be had,
Mm.
along with Rascal and Blastro. Medieval Plantation did a mascot. Polygon Man did no one play uh PlayStation All Stars? No, I didn't like the look of PlayStation All Stars. Sir Dan, that was his name, Sir Dan.
Sir Dan to Dan.
Leia share with me a Barbie doll that she want to talk about. So let's segue into that. I'll get the image up as soon as possible.
Oh, okay. Well, when you're talking about designs, you're covering so many different facets. I do have some designs in comic book and cartoon, and if we have time, I'll get back to that briefly. But as you know, I am a Barbie collector. Mostly the dolls I collect are the classic, or people like to say vintage, but a lot of them are not that old. And one of my favorite, all-time favorite collections is from the wonderful designer Bob Mackie. And he made a series of dolls he called the Jewel Essence collection. And these were dolls that were designed based on jewels. And this one in front of you is the diamond Barbie. And I just think that is one of my favorites. This is in my collection. And I think it is just a masterpiece from Bob Mackie. It is so incredibly. She's the diamond. Um, there are others in the series, but I didn't want to hold up the stream because there's a ruby, an emerald, a ruby emerald, and a ruby emerald sapphire, and I forgot the other one. But anyway, I just think this is what Barbie used to be that you don't see around anymore. And this is just so creative. This guy was, I mean, Bob Mackie, if you don't know him, is a famous fashion designer. He designed for many stars in Hollywood, Cher, Carol Burnett, Diana Ross, and Mattel commissioned him to do designs for their famous doll. And he said,
Hmm.
"What could I possibly come up with for Barbie that's well deserving of her?" Because Barbie is a fashion icon for all those out there. Barbie started off as a fashion model doll. That is really what she is, but she could be many things to many people. And he came up, the inspiration for this series was classic movie stars, particularly from the 1940s.
Mhm.
And if you look at her hairstyle and how she's designed and the way the gown is designed, the little mermaid tail flapping up at the end and the dress design, that was she was based on. And basically she is the diamond in the series. And I think there were four dolls. And if you want to talk about design, this is what made us become collectors, and this is what she used to be. For those of you who are interested in collecting, she's available on what we call the secondary market. So if you go to eBay or Etsy, you'll be able to find her at a reasonably price because now they came out. Well, they came out in the 90s, but this is just, I think it's just a work of art by Bob Mackie. He made tons of them. There were so many in his collection, but I think this is one of the best ones that he created. From the makeup to the way the upswept of her hair to his take on if Barbie had a dress or was a diamond. His suggestion was, if she was a diamond come to life, what would she look like? And that's his image right there. And I just think that is just such a creative masterpiece. This is just so creative. So one of my designs right there, since we're talking about designs.
Nice.
But this is one of the, oh, thanks, Hummel. This is one of the oh, and Athemis. I can't pronounce it, but it's like a purple colored gem. But that's the creativity that they used to have. So
Amethyst.
amethyst, yes, amethyst. There is one, the shape. The purpose of the series in Bob Mackey's head was, again, if Barbie was jewels come to life, what would they look like? And that was the design. And you guys could keep talking. I don't want to hold it up because I do have. If you're curious to see what sapphire and amethyst and ruby look like, um, I could show them to you just out of curiosity to show you how creative they used to be and the chances that they used to take in their designs at the time. Not so much now, but back then when they first started, and after that was so successful, and those dolls sold so many, they asked him to commission more. So he did more. Here is the. I'm going to put it in the MeWe because I don't think the link can work here, but I'm posting now the Atomist. If you're just curious to look, let's see what that one looks like. That's
Have
very
you
pretty.
ever tried the share screen?
Let me see. Oh, shoot, I don't know. I'm trying to do it. I always hit the wrong stupid button. Let me see if I can share a screen. I don't want to hold up. You go ahead and continue, and I want to see if I can try to share a screen. Because they're all very pretty. I just picked the first one. I just picked my favorite of the series. There's 6 of them, and I just picked the one that I felt was my personal favorite. And the diamond is my personal favorite.
Watch the Toys That Made Us episode on Barbie. So fascinating.
Bubba, I did see that. I made sure that I did not miss that. I really wanted to see that because what made that so good was they told Ruth Handler's story, and Ruth Handler has not had a very appropriate. That is the Atomist.
Ooh.
That's his design, and
Barbie.
thanks. Well, it is what makes that special so good. Again, is it told the story of Ruth Handler. And in Hollywood, the Barbie movie did not tell Ruth Handler appropriately, in my personal opinion. And what made that show so good is it told her story and how she created Barbie. And people forget she created Barbie in the 1950s. This was a woman who was a housewife, who became a businesswoman because how it started with her is she saw her daughters playing with nothing but little baby dolls that didn't do nothing. And she said, there's got to be something better than this. So on a trip to Journey with her husband, who was the head of Mattel at the time, who had the Hot Wheels cars, she saw a doll in a German window and thought, oh, if only we could bring this to America, I could really make something out of this. And from that, Barbie was formed. So you have a woman in the 1950s that became a businesswoman and had her own business. So people don't understand.
Mostly intellectuals will not know that at all.
Yes, they don't know. It's actually true. They don't know the story of Ruth Handler. And again, this is the 1950s when women were supposed to be housewives and staying at home. She was not. She got the inspiration to say, I can change the way little girls see themselves with dolls. Because she got tired of seeing her little girls play nothing but these little baby dolls. They need fashion dolls. They need dolls that are like fashion
In other
teenagers.
Words, the only thing that girls were playing was essentially just working them up to be just child rearers,
right?
And mostly getting them ready for child rearing, mostly.
Right, exactly. And she here I'm Pee Wee. I'm also going to post the Ruby, and you'll
Which is
see
not
that in a minute.
bad in itself. It's just, you would think that they would also create dolls for, say, a maid or basically just a working woman, a woman working in her house, right?
Correct.
Or the start of many reenacted TV dramas.
That too, or the pulp.
It usually involves some type of summoning,
or a pulp woman.
Mm-hmm.
From the 1950s stories that most men will read or women will read, and we It's nice. It's nice that that bit of trivia was paramount to hear because these idiot broads would think that Barbie was created by dudes, or a lot of these female characters of the olden times, excuse me, were created by mostly dudes, which is not the case. Bayonetta's design was concocted by a woman. She-Ra was built off a assorted amount of women, and Barbie was invented by a woman due to
Oh, the part I
due
found
to what
kind of
Leia
funny.
said.
Yeah, the part I found funny with the Bayonetta thing, some of the ragers were like, only a dude could design something this sexy. And then they find out it's some wholesome Asian chick who designed her. And then they're like, no, this is how women were supposed to be. Next broad that comes along, basically sexy lady. A man just designed this one. And the guy's like, yeah, I like tits.
She's talking about Yoko Taro, who created the Jack and Gardner franchise. Man, if only Midway never fucked around with their business practices. We don't have nice things anymore with Mortal Kombat.
And also, if I just may add, she wanted little girls to play. The baby dolls, like you said, were fun, but she felt that their daughters would get bored very easily. So Ruth Handler felt if I could make this fashion doll and we could sell clothes that go with the doll, they could have more imagination and more play. So she was already ahead of her time over anybody. And I got to remind you, she's presenting these ideas to men at that time who was male dominated, but she was still able to break through with her idea and the idea she had and the history and how she really made Mattel successful and put Mattel was already on the map with boys with the Hot Wheel cars. I'm sure a lot of you out there probably because her husband was head of that department, but she really got Mattel into the stratosphere when Barbie became successful as it was. So it goes back to what Wolf was saying. A lot of these uber ultra feminist nutcakes forget that it was Ruth Handler that designed and created Barbie and became her own
Forget
business movement.
they don't even know.
You're right.
They just assume sexy woman invented by a male just for the sake of the male gaze.
Yeah, but what was it called before that? I forget. There was this funny term for it, but it was just they decided to quit using it when some people just adopted it as a compliment.
Malibu Stacy, yeah, that is a 2 for me. One, that's funny, but also I still feel like you missed the whole part of Barbie. But like you said,
most people did.
Right.
Most people did.
Right.
The part I found kind of fun with Barbie is the more accessories she had, the better that she did. Like they even did one where Barbie was in a wheelchair back in like 2012. My parents and I had a bet that Grandma and Grandpa Barbie didn't exist. Well, it turns out it did. She came and her own gray-haired husband.
And you're right about that. Now, the tricky side to this is I think it's gotten out of hand. Nowadays, and the reason I don't collect many of the newer ones is because I think they're trying to please everybody. They feel everybody has to have a Barbie, and I think that's where they make their mistake.
Not everybody. They just want to please one specific person.
A vocal minority within a minority.
I'd say trying to please everybody because they had one move that I thought did good when they did the American Federation for the Blind Barbie, but she was a black chick and with misprint eyes where one went in one direction and one went with the other and she had the K. And I'm like, that is the silliest thing I'd ever seen. even though they had like a little bit of braille on the side, which that would have been kind of cool. But most kids, if they can't see, they go by touch, and they probably think something was wrong with it if they pushed the side of the box and didn't know what it was for. And they missed the chance to give her those huge aviator sunglasses. And I know it's like a stereotype, blind person with a big cane and the sunglasses, but it's perfect because then you could have done all kinds of different eye accessories, hats, a cell phone. And there's even like a special kind of there's even like a special language on the bands of the cane deciding like which type of blindness the person has. Of course a normie, like I'm a normie in this sense, wouldn't know all that, but my mother, who is legally blind, was obsessed with it. And they even have some that come in hot pink.
Oh.
But considering Mattel hasn't had the budget that they used to have, because some of them got a lot less popular because they did predictions wrong. It's something my art teacher taught me. A lot of them, they hire like a bunch of these experts, these shareholders, these brand deal consultants and stuff to try to predict what the next trend is for the next few years. And then by the time it gets there, it's sink or swim.
Oh, well, I never thought of it that way. You always come up with interesting takes. You always see the interesting side of it.
I've had to see the humorous side of it, especially when they're like, well, the world's going crazy. It's like, the world's always been crazy. You just have to find your favorite flavor. Okay, back to good character designs now that I've lamented on
I could see Hummel now as a granny one day to her nieces and nephews. You know, in my day, I palled around with a furry, a motormouth know-it-all, and a redneck, and a nice lady, and a dark stranger. And we had all the kinds of conversations, interesting conversations that you would not imagine in a lifetime. A lifetime of talking. But they were the greatest friends I've ever known. The werewolf was a potty mouth. He would scream out all kinds of obscenities you would not even imagine in your new lingo. The know-it-all will always try to sound smart at the werewolf's expense to the point of aggravating him.
Would your grandkids ask you to do all the voice impressions? I mean, your grandkids, that is.
Marty's future nieces and nephews. No, she'll be their Aunt Slappy.
Leia, Buddy has a question for you.
Oh, okay. What was the question?
He said,
knowing the way things are now, they probably did. I just can't remember, because if they did, I probably just rolled my eyes at it.
Yeah, they did, and she could have gotten mistaken for Ken.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to see the way they designed Ken now. Oh my God. Now they have a holiday Ken. Guys, you don't want to see it. Oh, good Lord. Is
he wearing an ugly sweater?
He's very effeminate looking. He's got a gold jacket on.
Oh,
if I find it out,
you know what?
I
think we had that conversation years ago. I think we did see him.
Right.
Or maybe Roltz. I think Roltz and Ishii and Kat brought him up.
But they really, really got him more effeminate now.
I wonder what would happen when the next crush all the girls crush on is someone that looks like a very masculine Brad Pitt. You're going to have Barbies looking like G.I. Joes with boy band faces. Actually, that would be quite interesting to see. I hope that happens someday. They made Ken even gayer. Well, at least they gave him his muscles back.
No, he doesn't have his muscles anymore.
Well,
Mm-mm.
why?
I think you've
Toy
got
Story,
I'm just gonna say
Toy
this. The
Story
member,
4 ruined them. I'm
yeah,
gonna say it
and
right now. Toy Story, no, not Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 ruined them.
you have Toy Story 3. Possibly
Yeah.
so, but I think that what Mattel did, like everybody else, is they bowed to the alphabet community and believed that we've got to please this audience, so we've got to make that's that toxic masculinity. Can't have Ken looking masculine, so
The saddest part is that's actually a
they bow to that because
Yikes.
the designers of Ken now are the alphabet community.
You know
It's
the
not.
saddest
Well, it's
part
not just
is
the alphabet people, but also the feminists.
Yes,
you know the saddest
yes.
part is you basically got two sides basically liking Twinkie kind of boys.
Well, it's like you said, you've got the alphabet and the alphabet gang, men and women. And if I put the link here to see for yourself, and you can see the brand new, updated, what they think is a
We
better
don't need to
version
see
of
him.
Ken.
We don't
I'm
need
gonna
to
go
see him.
put it.
We don't
Okay.
need to
Well,
see him.
look,
They
He's
don't.
not
They don't.
enough.
look.
He's not enough.
Long story short, Ken and Barbie like used to be respected, and not just as dolls, like from Mattel, but also as a power couple. And
You're right.
they really don't deserve the treatment that they've been given since Mattel unfortunately bent the knee to the alphabet people and the uber feminists.
I agree with you, Dom. I absolutely agree with you. The problem, what it is now, like everything else in every other business, you've got these advertisers who've been indoctrinated by the woke. They get hired by these companies, which Mattel has done. They recently did some mass firings, and then they brought in, the people, the DEI hires, and they came in and sat down and said, "Well, we got to make these changes to Barbie and Ken." And that's why you get what you get right now, and that's the sad thing about it, Don, because they deserve more respect than what they're giving them. But they've been indoctrinated into this thought that the male gaze is dangerous, and looking like a man is toxic. So
let's get back to kick-ass character designs. We all know the designers make some very dumb decisions and have some pretty bad ideas. Granted, my bad idea is some of them, their favorite type of husbando probably happens to be one that bottoms.
Oof. But I have a feeling with this cultural shift, this return of form that we're experiencing over here in the West, in the future, like we'll actually see Ken and Barbie be actually be restored to who they were.
I agree, because I'll just say this, and we'll move on to the more that you get more back to more character design in video games. The demand for the classic Barbie outweighs the demand for the current Barbie. The vintage dolls are selling much more. I mean, vintage toy shops are making about a lot of money right now. They couldn't be more happy.
The part that I find kind of fun is their competitors are winning out because they decide, wait, no one's using classic Barbie figures, so they decided to make most of their dolls be classic Barbie figure. And Ken hasn't been peak effeminate yet because there is actually a entire line of male fashion doll that is designed after Korean K-pop bands, and let's just say they aren't the ones from K-pop Demon Hunters. They are the ones that they're like in sync, but they're the uwu ones. And when you see those guys, they are a whole level of crazy.
Indeed.
Dark, what can you say about Lara Croft?
Well, I don't know. Who's Lara?
I'm saying the Canadian way.
She's British, not Canadian. Lara Croft. Well, What's interesting is about her design is she's kind of like Indiana Jones. I mean, everybody thinks because he gets in fights, he's like this hulky guy, but he's not. He's like average build and all that, but pretty manly looking. Not wrestler or anything. And he's just an adventurer. She's a Tomb Raider. She raids stuff and sells it on the market or keeps it depending on what kind of a dangerous item it is. But design wise, she's athletic but not like hyper built. Like how they make her in the Vikander or even what they're going with now with Game of Thrones girl.
Sophie
Whatever.
Turner.
Yeah,
Sophie
she's gonna
Turner.
be.
Sophie
Yes,
Turner, where she's showing a pic where she's got like muscles, like she's almost going like a low tier bodybuilder. But that's not really Laura Croft. I mean,
No, it's not.
Honestly, Sophie Turner is the wrong choice for Lara Croft. I don't care how British she is. She is
that's what I've
not
heard.
Lara Croft. Number one, she's too small to be Lara Croft. Number two, she's too Lara Croft is womanly. She's not girly. And Sophie Turner, no
Hmm.
matter how big she's gonna get or how old she's gonna get, she's gonna look girly to me. Obviously, thanks to Game of Thrones, did not do her any favors at all because she will always look
Game
like Sansa Stark to me. And I'm talking
of
about season one
Thrones
Sansa, by the way.
is a weird show.
yeah,
Either
but
either way,
well,
but she
no.
cannot. I don't mean to speak negative. I'm gonna keep it positive, but she to me wouldn't. I don't. I don't even think they're gonna do her acrobatics justice enough either. I don't know if Sophie is a gymnast or anything,
She's
like a
not.
Mm,
anything athletic. She doesn't. Even though you may have her look athletic, obviously anything that's going to require her to do any stunt work, it's always going to be done with either stunt uh, a stunt woman or AI or CGI. Shoot,
mm,
Angelina Jolie did most of her stunts. Okay,
She did.
I ain't say all, but she did most.
She did most. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
she
Thank,
did.
and
she actually looked like the character who jumped out of the game.
and for
Yes.
what it's worth, the 2014 Tomb Raider movie, Vikander, I gotta give props to her too for doing her own stunts.
mm-hmm,
Sophie Turner
Hmm.
is a major downgrade comparative to those two women. Because, like
mm,
I said, for as much as wrong they got with that one Tomb Raider movie with Vikander, I gotta give props to Vikander for being athletic and well athletic to do some of the stunts. Not all of them, but some. You know, I don't think Sophie's gonna do the stunts. Maybe she'll surprise me. Who knows? I'll be shocked. I'll be surprised, and I'll give her a props if she does do most of her stunts. But aesthetic wise, she wouldn't look well either.
yeah. Outfit wise, they keep trying to put Laura Croft in these
In the
loose.
2014,
Yeah, that
the
was
2014 look.
2014. But whenever I saw when they kept on trying to do new designs and they were like, "Oh, this is practical," they kept putting her in like sneakers or like a loose top.
Yeah,
Like you
me.
could hide something under baggy clothes. There's one small problem though, since they're trying to be logistical. Laura Croft hangs upside down sometimes. What happens to a loose t-shirt when gravity pulls it up?
No, you gotta ask the right question.
Okay,
What outfit is work appropriate for her in her field of expertise and career? She
um,
is not
Depends on
going
the
into the
environment.
jungle. Hang on, Dar. She's not going to the jungle in a pair of yoga pants.
No.
She is not going into a jungle in in a halter training top. I'm
well,
sorry.
I I found the first one actually works out perfectly.
Which one?
Her first design that was just the form-fitting tank top with the short shorts, and she had all of her gear in a utility belt.
The thing is, Wolf, no one, a lot of fans feel the way you do about the casting of Sophie Turner. And also, you've got Phoebe Waller-Bridge writing this. So I think Sophie Turner's casting wasn't accidental. I think they're trying to make it a more uber feminist Laura Croft. And one way you do that is you make sure you take away some of the curves. And so I don't think
They already did that with the Netflix, and that was animated.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I believe they're going to do it with this character here. And I really hate how these modern writers, these modern producers are not get the audience what they want and want to see. They're not doing that. What you're showing, which is who Laura Croft should be, and that's what they want to see. And I hate to say this, but yes, Laura Croft is designed for guys. It's just the bottom line. She's true, but she's still a cool character. I like the character.
The part I find weird is if these ladies are supposed to be feminists, then why are they designing their outfits like they were like they think a typical gym bro dude would?
Even gym bros would not go to the jungle in gym clothes.
Like even the feminists from like the early 60s to the 70s, they knew their fashion and how to use it well.
Very much.
But you go to I hate this outfit type of mindset that they use for the character design, and it ends up being lackluster
and drab.
Because the only thing I can say, guys, is I think they're trying to tone down the sexiness. They've got an issue with a woman looking sexy.
I don't mind them removing the sexiness. I just want them to make, like, if they're going to go for practicality, you need to find some suits that actually make it look practical. Like somebody in their right state of mind will wear when globe-trotting in locations.
I agree with you.
My favorite interaction when stuff like this happens is when you get the
and here's my thing:
the actors or the actresses.
Let me cut into you real quick,
played
Humble.
Superman in earlier. He was
sorry,
which actor? But he was the one who also played The Witcher.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Yes. I kind of like Henry Cavill's approach to approaching the character because he immerses himself in all of it, and then he goes and applies that to the character to make it work. Much to the either the joy or the ire of some of his coworkers.
But see, that's why I like him. I like a guy like that. Those are the type of actors that I like. Those are the ones that I would pay money to see and that I would work with because they have an understanding and respect of the character. And if they're going to go...
Why they're watching that show was because of Cavell looking like Geralt and looking fierce and looking... Well, they just... His look just make them wet.
Yeah.
They get you know,
yes.
You know, every time he step into a room, you know, you smell moist clam.
I can't do
Pardon the expression, but you know.
Well, imagine if the actress playing.
I'm not lying. Every time I spoke on the Witcher show, all the girls swoon, and suddenly the air smelled different.
One of the main reasons I watched it is because, I'll be the first to confess he was hot.
I'm sorry, Humble. Continue what you're saying.
Well, I was thinking it'd be kind of funny if the actress to Laura Croft also tried applying that. I mean, it's kind of sad when the stuff happening outside of the media is more fun than the media, but that is one of my favorite interactions.
Also, the bigger problem is, of course, everybody keeps on trying to get hooked on this realism, and it's not impossible to get somebody with a build like Lara Croft. I mean, you brought them up
It's
earlier,
not.
Wolf.
Hmm?
I mean, and Ishii, he likes to share pictures of how athletic and stuff his wife Cat Roach is, and she looks like she'd be the right kind of build for like a Lara Croft, an authentic Lara Croft.
Hmm.
But this biggest problem with Lara Croft is if they don't want to actually have a real life actress that fits that kind of mold, she's probably going to be best animated. Because
The thing is, I wouldn't even cast Kat as Lara Croft. You know who I would cast her in?
well, I'm not saying
Specific.
cast her as. I'm just saying the body
No,
type
but
is
if we're
there.
gonna play that game of what of who Kat could play as, I got the perfect role for her. Rosa Cassidy from Fallout New Vegas.
Mm. Well, if we do that route, I mean, yeah, I could see that. I was just saying
I'm
that
saying that on the off chance
she's
that
got
Kat
the
might be
body
lurking
type.
in the
That the
stream right
body
now.
type exists.
I'm saying that on the off chance of Kat might be lurking in the stream right now.
Okay.
It's like she would be Rosa Cassidy. I I mean people would complain like Rosa Cassidy never had that big of a chest. Yes, she did.
Hmm.
She just looked like almost every other female in Fallout. Okay, but you cannot deny the lady was stacked along
Yeah.
with Veronica.
But
I just
Dark's point still stands.
Yes,
As
it does.
So, are there any other kick-ass characters that we haven't talked about yet?
I wanted to, if I may, comment on the picture of Batgirl, if I may, that Wolf has put up.
Oh, wait.
The Batgirl here,
Yvonne Taylor.
yeah, I forgot her last name. Yes, one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite female characters. I think her outfit on the Adam West Batman
Craig.
show,
Yvonne Craig.
Yvonne Craig, grew up. Me and my sister grew up watching Batman and loved it when Batgirl made her appearance. She was one of our favorite characters. Had a lot of Batgirl memorabilia. I think her costume here, her look, is timeless. I still love her costume, and I'm glad you put both pictures of her out of her costume, and then as Batgirl, because we know she's Commissioner Gordon's
Daughter.
And one reason I'm going to say here, she looks great in both pictures because in the first picture, she's dressed for the time. This was in the 60s, and it works because she looks like a modern 60s young woman. And I think the outfit, the costume, not the costume, but it looks great. In other words, they got her looking great. They got her looking feminine and neat for the time that this show was. And then jump to her when she becomes Batgirl. And I personally, I don't know if we're talking about design, but I think it's perfect. I think it's timeless. I still love it because it's feminine, but it's also strong. So it shows that she can play along with Batman and Robin, but she doesn't have to play down her femininity or her feminine features to be tough. If you guys follow what I'm saying. So
To be honest, I'm really getting sick and tired of strong being kind of a adjective because it's so overused to this point where it make whenever time I hear strong come out somebody's mouth when describing a character, it just makes me think that you're basically underselling their other traits or whatever traits that you could have easily identified more so than just them being strong. I'm really am sick and tired of hearing the word strong to describe characters sometimes. Unless you're talking about physically, yes. Strikingly, sure. But it really gets annoying when especially when it comes down to female characters. It's like you cannot find any other words to describe a character's strength than just using the word strong.
Well, that's
And I'm
because
and
that's all they focus on, and especially with the newer ones, they strong, independent
what I'm
female.
saying is
They're
if
just
I'm,
telling you without
I'm trying to
showing
make
you.
if I'm trying to make sense of what I'm trying to say, it's so vague to how they describe when they use that word to describe a character. There's a lot of adjectives to describe a woman: debonair, demure, luxurious, elegant. Like I did with earlier in the stream. Sassy, feral. Um, each of each and every word could actually spell out strength if you use them correctly as an adjective.
I
You
remember
know, the best
the
way to
render.
describe Galadriel, grace, um,
You mean the Prime
Elegant.
one or the Jackson?
fuck no,
No, I
Jackson.
was remembering something from the Elizabeth Wheatley when she had this whole rant video on YouTube where there was like, there's too many men power dynamics and romanticy, and it's like, that is like one of the main themes in romantic fantasy. And she's like, well, and the end of the video, and she talks about a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning. The part that she can agree with is relationships where they don't oppress each other. And then she gets to the end, and then the clincher is, why is everything about seducing the dragon when you want to be the dragon? It's like, so that's what it was. Wanting to be the strong knight. And I'm like, and I couldn't help thinking about some of the
Good
earlier.
one, buddy.
Yeah, I couldn't help thinking that's not even a character design. Because most
It's the same
character
thing as
designs, like for example, Geralt here, he's strong, but he's also got a backstory. He is a different view of strength.
the same thing with stoic. What to be used to describe male characters. Yes, we get it. Stoics. Stoicism is a key factor to a male character and the foundation of a well-written male character too. But that's not all what a man can be. Geralt is witty. He is also gruntled, frustrated, discerning. Also, what's another word for crafty, and at times can be feral. Yennefer, crafty, cunning,
And fun.
seductive, rotund, dark,
What?
withdrawn, Triss Marigold, um, foxy. You know, bottom line, like there's so many words that you can describe a character other than just either strong or stoic.
Oh, yeah,
You can
different
that
impressions.
but here's the thing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not use these words. What I'm trying to get across is don't fall back on them too quickly as a default.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
plenty of default words you can use to describe a character. Bugs Bunny, for example, again, using the same word: witty, cunning, jokester, trickery, crafty.
He's a trickster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, yes. But what describes a trickster? Quick, um, um,
The problem is,
feisty, sassy.
Quick-witted,
there, if I
prankster,
may,
Go on,
humorous.
Dart.
Go on.
Hang on. Hold on. Go
you're
on, Dart.
describing various words, and they can use these, but the problem is, how do you show it? And they don't show; they just tell.
Yeah,
That's
that's
another
true.
key factor to that
That
too.
is, we go back to Lara Croft. You look at the OG Lara Croft to the reboot Lara Croft. They make reboot Lara Croft more physical, more Rambo-ish in the later games. where she's kind of a physical power. This is also in the Vikander adaptation, which takes off of that, or even the Netflix, which also takes its cues off of that. They make her more physical. It can be physical, but in OG, she's more. She is a woman. They make that a point repeatedly. Even the Jolie ones do that. Like, yeah, she can probably be a little physical, but she's mostly shooty. She's she knows her strengths and weaknesses, and she relies on her dual pistols to do a lot of the problem solving.
I see what you're saying. If I could go back to your comment, well, if I see what you're saying about strength
I'm not
and
criticizing you for using that. I'm just
oh no,
using. I just went off on tirade from that because I've heard that so many times in so many interviews, even
mhm.
old interviews. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can y'all find better ways to describe someone without saying strong all the damn time?
Like I would if I could use if I could take strong out when if we go back to Batgirl, I would say Batgirl is cunning. I say she's intelligent. She's witty, and there's another word I'm trying to use. My thesaurus brain is not
Resourceful,
thinking. She's
determined.
resourceful. She's determined. She's a good investigator. She thinks things through. She doesn't just
You're
jump into
describing talent.
action.
You're mixing talents with adjectives, or at
Oh
least
well, it's late.
you're mixing descriptors with adjectives
Oh, okay.
as
Well,
you're going on.
Some of
You
the best
can go ahead and
ways
limit it.
to be able to get a character description is sometimes to look at the role that the character plays.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Laura Croft is a hero. The street sharks are a type of hero. Um, Shapeshifter is usually someone that has multiple roles
I'll
and
give y'all I'll
confusion
give y'all a quiz.
from the rest of the
From these
cast.
three from these three girls, pick which one you want to pick, but pick pick a design and you describe the design in your own words. You have never seen this character before. You don't know what this character is about. Never heard of The Witcher, right? You look at
mhm.
this at these three. You don't have to discuss. You don't have to pick all three of them. Just pick one and tell me what you think, and describe them with an adjective with either adjectives or physical traits or what you think his occupation could possibly be. Not his occupation in the story. What occupation you think he is by looking at
In
him.
other words, judge the book by its cover.
Right there.
Ranger.
Thank you. Ha! Already. What else can you tell me, Humble?
Well, he's seen a lot of combat, as you can tell by the small scars either right next to his eye and right across the top, right across the bit from his forehead. He keeps his hair pulled back because that's usually how you keep a better field of vision. And he does work for either a specific order or company based on the signature on the leather patch on his. I guess it would be
Which one you
either
describing? By the
on
way?
his shoulder. And
Which
the
one you're
time period
describing? By
he's
the way?
in is somewhere around either the Renaissance or the 1500s because he's wearing some leather armor and some chainmail, which is common for rangers in that time period.
I'm questioning which one you're
I think she
describing.
just did, she did all of them. She did all three.
I just said select one.
Well, I picked the guy in the middle. He's got the most details on him.
Oh, I figured it was the second one. Leia.
Okay, I can't give you one word. The best thing I could do, I've got a dyslexic brain. I've got all things going through my head, but I will tell you this. The one in the middle, because the one in the middle reminds me of the mysterious stranger that comes to town in an old-fashioned Western. He's mysterious. You don't know who he is, but he can clean up the town. So that's who the middle one reminds me of.
In other words, another ranger,
Yes.
or a lone wanderer.
Yes.
I hazard to ask, but Dark, go ahead. You already know
Mm, going by any of them, just right off the bat, I would say Merc.
Mercenary. Okay.
Looks combat worn,
Oh
knows
no.
what he's doing,
Oh
and he looks like
no.
he's out for a job.
Oh no. Oh no, you didn't. Sucker tried to blame me, but you never paid me. Never. Oh no, you didn't. I'm a mercenary. Sorry. Every time I think of mercenary, I think of that song.
That's okay.
It's a it is a song for the game Mercenaries, specifically Mercenaries 2, and it's one of those great songs. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Didn't you? Oh no, you didn't pay me what you owe me. Fucking love that song. Love it. I ain't ashamed of it either. Fucking love that song. But yeah, the Witcher, that's another thing that people forgot about when it comes to character design. I'm not saying, not using this as an indictment, but this is mostly towards anybody who designs characters. And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of good character designers out there, especially character concept artists, for sure. I don't doubt that. But sometimes people do tend to get lost into the design phase of things, and they tend to clone characters. Or these days, characters are getting cloned a lot. Look at the Disney stuff today. There's I miss Pixar when Lasseter was in office. Okay,
Hmm.
there was
I
always
do
a
too.
there was always a focus on design, right? And what design will tell the story, will help tell the story. Excuse me. One of the design conferences or like conversations that a lot of the working staff had with Up was when they created the what was the old man's name again?
Um,
They made him intentionally boxy
yes.
when in the early opening of the movie he was never like that until he aged up. Or say look at the characters in The Incredibles.
Oh yeah. Carl Fredrickson is
Carl
his name.
Carl was very Carl was very boxy as
He
he
used
got
a lot
older.
of shape language.
hmm In that movie, a lot, and I loved it for it. Wally, for example, as well. The robot designs contrasting with the human designs. Sure, the humans all kind of in their own way look the same on account of them
They
being
looked very
obese
body positive.
for reals. But they helped differentiate them from the machines. The machines look having their own looks and designs as well, especially the large Wallies as within the ship too was very striking to say the least. You know, and Wally being a very old model comparative to them being the new model and more expansive to collect trash a lot faster. Imagine them being on the planet Earth and cleaning up the trash on that planet. Yeah, one little robot was able to do it still all the same. Um, that's one thing that a lot of people are missing when it comes to designs. It's like striking, um, shocking, or attractive, or even eye pleasing or eye catching. You know, that's another thing that's one thing that's lost within things as well. Is art that attracts, art that catches, art that entices. or
Hmm.
it's like a very we're living in a sort of sterile anti-attraction of design of art, and I think
Because
that's what's also bleeding into. Hang on, Leia. That's what's also
sure.
bleeding into our society as well, with everybody trying to find ways to de-attract from each other, or detract from one another. Excuse me, detract from one another. No social communication, no social interaction, no social. I know we were talking about character design, but hear me out on this one. It's character designs that also help with that too. You know, say for instance, again, you got the guy that, as we see Turner here on the screen right now, you would like to meet a girl that's like Turner. You may find a girl that's like Tarna, not exactly physically the same as Tarna. No, no, no. A lady who speaks very little, yet she's very attractive, beautiful, and
Well, you could say self-sacrificing to a degree.
who's willing to help you out too in a pinch. But once again, she uses her actions to speak more with her words. Maybe she speak a few words here and there, maybe a phrase here and there,
When she's
when- when-
mute.
or she's mute, and she uses her physicality to communicate to you. Or say, for instance, you meet somebody like Geralt. You may find a woman may find a Geralt in a guy, where he says fuck all the time.
Buddy
In a,
Smith had a good point. Pixar fell in love with the bean mouth style and were stuck with it for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
But
And the
there's another style
beanie
that
heads too.
there's another style that's kind of being ignored, and it's not normally kick ass as the title would focus on, or the martial arts heavy, or all that stuff. It's and it also goes with the show Don't Tell, and we look at like the '90s, late '80s Disney films. The princesses, or some of the leading ladies, still had that soft, chaste, and innocent look. They weren't, muscular or, you know, adventurous go getters, but they showed incredible strength and determination and courage at the right time. When Ariel essentially saves uh, Eric, and that by ramming the ship. Well, was it her who rammed the ship into
No,
Ursula?
It was Eric
Eric.
that ran.
Eric.
Eric finally won his father-in-law over by ramming a ship through
Ursula.
Ursula's
Okay.
tum tum.
Now
Okay.
Ariel saves Eric, and
Right,
Ariel saves Eric at the beginning of the film. So
right.
yeah, she does rescue
Um,
him.
or Mulan, when she cuts her hair and poses as a boy, risking her life and her family's honor. Uh,
Well, I'm going to bring that up last. By the way, Wolf, the cat looks in the film, and that why I like that Infinity War look. But moving on, I don't want to detract from what what Dark, excuse me, is saying, because he's making a good point about the Disney princesses.
just pretty much that we judge a book by its cover, and you don't think, well, they're not going to be anything useful. They can't hurt a fly, and Jasmine even helped save the day when she smashed the what did she? I forget what she did, but she contributed at that moment and helped save the day in a way.
Well, she had to distract Jafar to allow Aladdin to come in to get the lamp back.
Right, and she used
She
her
uses her
feminine
her
wiles.
wiles.
Yes.
Her
Yes.
feminine
Yes.
wiles.
Yes.
On that same token, Esmeralda did the exact same thing too. In some
Mhm.
cases, especially in the Renaissance fair in the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
But when
she kicked off the priest's downfall.
the thing is, once Quasimodo was being bullied, that's when things stopped being fun. That's where her next dare I say it, her next strength comes in at the compassion. She was very
Yes.
compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's also missing in female characters today, along with their
Yep.
designs, their lack of compassion, and yet they want us to believe that women have the most empathy. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're not showing that in your medium. You're not showing how compassionate they are, especially if you're trying to drive home the narrative that women are better at men because they have empathy, which is not the case because majority of the females I've seen, female characters that is, have been doing things for selfish reasons. It's not empathy. It's all out of selfish gain. Like our recent watch of Alien Earth, which we're not going to get into until we actually talk about that. I'm guessing I've been. I might as well make a stream on that bullshit too one day.
Probably when it's over.
Yeah, after when it's over, because I have lots to say about that
A
motherfucker.
Kick-Ass character I've seen actually show empathy was actually the original Snow White.
Yes. Yes.
Can't have women using feminine wiles anymore because that's sexist now. Oh, you still have it. It's actually in the indie stuff.
The
Yeah,
failure
yeah.
is, and humbly, I'm glad you bring up Snow White because what I hate with the dying passion is how these crazy nutball feminists, that's what I call them, misunderstand Snow White. Wolf talked about having different traits. Compassion is a strength. That's not a weakness. They see Snow White as weak because of the traits she has, but the traits she has is what all of us as human beings should be practicing. Her kindness, her compassion, her gentleness, her warmth. Those are wonderful qualities to have. And one example that I always use when I talk about Snow White is how she handled Grumpy. How she won Grumpy over.
Yep.
Grumpy
Yeah,
does
Grumpy was the tsundere of Snow White.
yes.
He was the voice of reason, but he was also the most loving and caring as well. He was also the most compassionate. He was just as compassionate as his brethren or his workmates, if you whatever you want to call their relationship.
So, has anyone ever seen any endearing character designs? Ones where their appearance doesn't quite match their inner softness, kind of like having a big biker dude holding a little bunny rabbit.
Doom guy.
Mm.
Doom guy.
There's another good character you don't think is being strong and great, but even they show great courage and strength. Mrs. Frisbee in The Secret of Nymph, or Krista in Ferngully.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Indeed. Or even Frodo Baggins. Even though a lot of people like to suck the dick of Samwise Gamgee, Frodo is just as enduring and at times can be domineering when he needs to be. He takes control at times, even though his strength wanes over time during the story.
Yes.
Frodo's biggest strength was he used his wits.
Like his guardian before him, Bilbo Baggins.
Like, for
Right.
example, in a few of the Hungarian fairy tales and the Romanian ones where they have the gypsy protagonist, they don't use brute strength. They use their head.
Frodo Baggins, and I'm glad Wolf brought it up because he's right. Frodo doesn't get more of the credit he should deserves. Frodo has a gentle, soft strength. He doesn't have to yell or scream or get ultra violent to show the strength that he has, which what made him perfect for the ring bearer. The scene in the Council of Elrond where all of them are arguing and he stands up and says, I will take it to Mordor. And they all turn around and look at him. And he's tiny, but they heard him when he said that, you know? And when he said, I will take it, he meant it.
He didn't yell it out either.
Yeah, he didn't yell it out. He just simply, he stood up and said, that's the kind of strength that I don't know, Wolf, if this, you were talking about this, but even though he is gentle, there's still a strong strength in him that you're right, it wanes because the power of the ring eventually starts to take over. But up until that point, that gentle strength that he had, and that compassion, because it's that compassion that had him to keep Gollum alive all that time. Maybe that was from Gandalf words to him about Gollum, but he until they had that final fight on Mount Doom,
He was
but
also the
still,
one to finally figure out that was the missing Schmeagol.
Frodo of the
yes.
Nine Fingers and the Ring of Doom. Why does he have 9 fingers? Where is the Ring of Doom?
That's why he's one of he's one of my all-time favorite characters
Now,
because of that
which
gentleness.
finger did he wear that ring on?
The ring finger.
Yeah.
Okay, because if
The
he wore
left
one
finger.
step over, he would not be able to flip a bird.
No.
You're so naughty, Humble. Why?
And let's
Well,
not forget
if
the
we're
strength
talking
of
naughty, Golem did have a last meal before he jumped into the volcano
Oh
with
my
his
gosh, she will not
ring.
stop. I done encouraged her.
Humble sees things from very, very different colored glasses.
and he had a good line of sausage if we go with the robot chicken ending.
Oh God.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Go
But
back, Middle Earth.
You guys are ruining Lord of the Rings for me. It's sacred to me, and now you're just turning it into something so totally
but
different.
one of the great strengths of Frodo is also like it was like what a year and a half the whole adventure was to the
Mm-hmm.
end,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
Frodo managed to hold back the will and sway of the ring, whereas after he got caught by the orcs in Mordor after the spider, uh, Sam had it for less than a day, and he was already falling under its sway.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. That was why
Let's
he
go
was
into
the
a villainous. Let's go to a villain's side of things of design with our batshit crazy Lady Dimitrescu from
Commando.
Resident Evil. Huh?
well.
Dude,
If you
she's not wearing anything under there.
Is
She
she
is
now?
the one thing that got people to remember the game.
She's also the reason why people bought the game.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they were disappointed, like, hey, we get to explore this huge, beautiful castle mansion. There's this pursuer, and oh, she's the first one to go, and she's kind of meh in the battle. Yay. And then you get the doll faced freak, and then you get the fish boy, and they're just
Lady
meh.
supersized bitch.
And then
Ugly ass
Heisenberg
psycho
kinda just,
doll.
yeah.
And the moronic freak.
And Heisenberg's okay, except I don't know. By the
The
end, you're
Lord
just kind of whatever.
the Lords were well crafted, but their execution needed a whole lot of work. That's the problem. Is everything about them works. Don't get it twisted. It works. The problem was the execution, sadly. And really though, as much as I know oh what's his name? The founder of Resident Evil. What was his name again? Shinji Mikami wanted everything to be in first person. I'm sorry, homie, but I don't think the first person is working for me. I think it takes up too much time. There's barely anything to explore in that mode, and sadly, it's going. Thankfully, now with the one in the work now, you can switch between
You're
third
breaking
person.
out again
Can you hear me now?
so far.
How about now?
Yeah.
much better.
Okay, making sure. Excuse me. The newest Resident Evil coming out, I'm thankful that
9.
that you can, yeah, that you're gonna be switching between third person and first person. I just don't think the first person just works. Period for Resident Evil, especially the style. That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, I'm surprised they went. Lady Dimitrescu is wearing stuff under that dress. Don't ask how I know.
I don't know. We break into her room and all she has is that dress, and there's nothing else to see.
I mean, she is wearing heels. You can hear her heels. So
Well,
Yeah.
she's got shoes, but let's face it, that dress is custom because she's over 8 feet tall, and I'm not even gonna try and grasp what the proportion measurements are. And we have to hear from
I'm
like
I'm
Cat
just
Nietzsche how
surprised
hard
he
it is
didn't
to get
have
those
her do the friendly option, which was offer a place to stay and then have the entire castle booby tracked to try and take him down.
Mm.
Then you'd have both your horror and your wanna smash.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an off topic. But I agree. I'm not big on the first person, and I detest how everybody just keeps on saying it's the most immersive.
no,
Like
it
you
is
can't
not.
enjoy horror unless it's first person. Says
It's fucking
nobody who enjoyed.
Outlast, but you can shoot the monsters this time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Mother
must have
Miranda,
missed that
I regret
memo
to
when we
inform you.
watched all those horror movies and stuff that wasn't in first person only.
Mm-hmm. Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he's in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle when I find them. No, Miranda. Yes, of course I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down. To hell with the ceremony! That man will pay for what he's done. uh, she left us too soon. Leia doesn't know who this lady is.
No, I'm not familiar with her, so I can't comment. But you guys are doing fine.
I'll
Her
give you another
pedicures
one.
must be a fortune to do.
I'll give you another one to really sum up her. You ungrateful, selfish witch! You come into my house, you lay your filthy man hands on my daughters, and now you even try to steal my property? How dare you!
Yeah, she's like the lady that says "get off my lawn," and at the same time, she's the monster that hunts the castle.
She'll also drink you for what you're worth in your pint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Leia, how about a villainess that you're more familiar with
Yeah,
that has
let's
a
go.
unique concept and design?
A villainess that has a unique concept in design. Well, right off the top of my head, we talked about Snow White, but the Wicked Queen's look still stands out to me.
Maleficent.
Maleficent, and also the Wicked Queen from Snow White.
Oh,
well, because as a
right.
child, that Wicked Queen, she scared me when I was a kid. The Wicked Queen was so evil. She stands out. That's that because it stood the test of time. Maleficent's look, yeah, I do agree. And
When you
there's
find Snow White, you'll take Snow White to the forest, and you will kill her.
You'll cut
my
out
queen.
the heart.
She's a girl. Silence. You will kill her. And when you do, put her heart in this.
yeah, and those big eyes, and she's kill her and bring
I've
me
been
the heart of Snow White. Yeah. And then the scene where she transforms into that old hag is really priceless. That scared me when I was a kid. That scared me when she becomes that old hag. I don't know if that's what you guys are looking for, but it's her transformation from normal queen to just that old hag is. I still think that's timeless.
That's the power of rotoscoping.
Yes, that was ahead of its time, and put Disney on the map. think it holds up. And other, you talk about villainesses.
No, not strictly
Okay,
villainous. It's
okay.
just villains. Period.
Villains, period.
Just any villain that you can think of, like Hades, Scar, or
The
Oh,
Horn
even
King.
or even beyond Disney. Cheddar from Jeddar from The Secret of Nim.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you've named a couple of them already.
The
Villains,
Kurgan
villains, period.
Highlander.
Yeah, his look really does stand out.
Doesn't necessarily have to be anime. It could be live as well.
It could be live.
Let's
Okay.
see what else was
And
there.
I was going to say, oh God, I forgot the net quick.
Sabulba, Darth Maul, Darth Vader.
Mm,
You stop it! You're naming all of them for. You're
Just
naming all of
talk
them.
about one of them as I'm naming them.
Yeah, well, Vader's look is classic, and I mean classic. What I mean by that, I mean these villainous looks that stood the test of time. Meaning, even though they came out at a certain period, the look is still iconic. Vader would not be Vader without that costume and that helmet and that suit and that cape. I would also say Magneto and I look at his progression um, from
Oh,
the
here we
in
go.
all the X-Men movies to particularly in Days of Future Past. I don't know if anybody notices his look in Days of Future Past,
Mhm.
but he's the one with the cape, and I thought that was cool that everybody's playing, but Magneto has a cape and
I
he's
hate that
dressed it
look.
up like. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it kind of
The
was
helmet was
cool.
fine. The armor piece and the cape didn't do it for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was pretty cool.
Or
And we're
maybe I'm
still stuck.
contradicting myself because
Mhm.
I don't recall ever liking that look.
A
It
villain look
it was
that's not.
it was the bronze color that just ruined it for me.
Oh, okay, okay, I get you. Villain looks. Treasure villains. I don't think I have any great ones to list. I think you list some great ones. I'm trying to think of ones that are not animated because I think I've already said the Wicked
No,
Queen.
just talk about the ones that I've named so far, like Scar.
Yeah, I'm not a big Lion King fan, but he's drawn pretty well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I told you that. I'm sorry to shock the whole world. I know everybody has stopped what they're doing all over the world. Time has stopped. Cars have
Okay,
crashed into each
go
other.
with Jafar since you brought him up earlier. Go with
Yes,
Jafar.
Jafar does have a great look at the beginning of the film. I do like the way that he's drawn. I like the way that he looks. Let's see other films. Ursula is fantastic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ursula.
Ursula. Yeah,
What I love
Urs-
about Ursula, even though she's underwater, she moves like she's smoke.
ah, that's an
The way
interesting way
how
of
her
putting it.
tentacles move, it's like you're watching ripples of smoke just billowing around her surroundings. Especially when she
Right.
comes into frame out of the shadows, you see her tentacles moving about independently, and I'm just saying, like when I was a kid, looking at those tentacles, they look like smoke to me at times. Just the way how they animated her, especially when she was in shadow. My goodness, I mean, you
Yes.
see only her eyes, and you see
Yeah. You just.
the silhouette of her body too. Don't get it twisted. But before you even see her, you see the tentacles are just moving. It's got like this kind of like most people would describe it as snake like. I describe it as foggy smoke like the ink from that octopus will spray out to escape. And especially when she steps out of her little hobble to greet us Ariel, you see her even
Mhm.
bouncing like she has this little bounce to her while her tentacles are moving, and she bounces like she has two pair of legs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
the
Well,
music
that
accompanying her too also accentuates her sly and guile that she carries about herself.
she's a seductive character. That's why she's
Oh,
able to move Ariel, and she is. She is. I always said that she is a seductive character. If you got to look at how she speaks, and then how she moves, like you said, and then how she talks when she's manipulating Ariel. It's the seductiveness in her voice, and how
Poor
she carries
unfortunate
herself.
soul.
Yes. How she makes it very convincing to Ariel. You have to do this if you want to get that prince. And I know you want that prince because you're in love. Well, let me tell you what you need to do in order to do this. And
and my
she
God,
she
she is
succeeds.
everything. She is everything a man she is everything a man would send for.
Yeah, she
But at
said.
the same time, she's designed to look very undesirable in a way.
But
Hmm.
but she's even seductive with Trident when she tries when she has captured Ariel and he comes to stop her.
I do
She
miss
she
when
she
there was a
takes
lot of
over.
I miss when female villains would just visually molest the heroes with their ways of touching them. You just like, "Ugh, get your hands off of Trident.
No.
Don't touch his daughter. Stop it.
Or just
Even your
equally move
pants.
around them in a very
Yeah.
sick way, like Carrillo DeVille.
Oh
Or
yes.
like, or hell,
Oh,
look at
there was
Scar.
a SWAT Cats villain that did that too. When Callie was held prisoner.
Mm,
The back of the hand caressing the cheek.
hmm
Right. Yeah, and how she even seduced. Yeah, she's right. And that's what makes it great. But if I have to say one, well, I see him as an anti-hero, but I absolutely love Bucky Barnes' design in The Winter Soldier. I love the design, especially when he we see him in the freeway scene when they see him in full form. It may be simple, but I loved it.
Mhm.
I loved
It's the
this.
hand, isn't it?
Well, it's the hand, it's the whole body armor, it's the whole look back then when they cared about what the character looked like. And
Mm.
he really did look like he jumped out of the comics. Especially when they're on the freeway and they're in the cars and he jumps off the cars and Roger sees him for the first time and he stands up in that full Winter Soldier garb,
Mhm.
ink into a fish tank, especially. Yeah, and like I said with Earth Back to Ursula, yeah, especially when like I said, she even is seductive with Triton when she's captured Ariel and makes the deal and says, "Okay, well, I'll let her go, Triton, but I need an exchange. You have to do something for me. You have to do a favor for me. You want her back?
You
You got
have
to
your
exchange."
looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the importance of body language.
Hmm.
That's why she's a great. Yes, that's why
Oh,
she's a great
and get
villain.
this. Her lyrics is basically every good woman's jealous female friend. The men up there don't
Yes.
like a lot of blabber. They think a girl who gossip is a bore. Yes, on land it's much preferred if for ladies not to say a word. After all, dear, what's idle prattle for? They're not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can't. Doesn't that not sound like a jealous girlfriend that wants you single just like her?
Yeah.
Sounds like the
Yes.
friend who drove the kung fu
Yes.
wolf bitch to death.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So I think we covered enough tonight. We're almost getting close to the 2 hour mark. Y'all want to wrap it up now?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we covered quite a bit.
I mean, we didn't really get that much in the movies. I did briefly mention the couraging for the villains, but somebody said Conan. We had the Arnold Schwarzeneggers to the Sylvester Stallones. Hell, in the 2000s we had the Jason Statham's, the as we brought him up earlier, the Vin Diesels, and then we also had the more
Sentai.
soft,
Hmm.
huh? Oh, bless you, humble. We
Okay.
also had the more softer, gentler types that are still just as heroic and very assertive, like the late Paul Walker's, uh, Matt Damon, along with who was his face? Before I get into Kit Harrington and his friend, what's his name, Armitage, the one who played Rob Stark. What was his name again?
Oh, Sheen Bean.
Not Sean Bean. That's Ned Stark.
Oh, I
I
don't know.
can't think of his name.
I
I
always
know who you're talking
forget his
about.
fucking name. I only remember Kit Harrington because he's Jon Snow. But the
He's
other
Mhm.
guy,
Richard.
I always
He's Richard. He's Richard something. It's a
Richard
Richard.
Ma- Richard Madden. Richard Madden. His name is Richard Madden.
Yeah.
I just remember now. Richard Madden. But before then, we had Dylan O'Brien's, the Daniel Radcliffe's, and the where the fuck Peter was in what you call it, Narnia. Tobey Maguire, another example. We had a lot of movie characters and the actors that played really well before we had these actors that now are going through surgeries to modify their faces now to the point where they can barely even express and emote anymore. But we had the Tobey Maguires with the glassy eyes, with the waterworks, uh, the Richard Madden with that steely look to him. I'm talking about steely, like that man had steel in his eyes, forged, well forged. We also had the what's his name? The guy who played Bjorn in the Vikings. What was his name again?
Hmm.
He was in the Hunger Games. The one that got ripped up by them hounds. What was his name again? Alexander Ludwig. You had the Alexander Ludwigs. Hell, we even had Alexander Skarsgård. The Skarsgårds
Hmm.
with the Channing Tatums. And we had a lot of actors that embodied a lot of striking designs when the makeup artists were at their best, And dare I say, going to Jennifer Lawrence, the Katniss Everdeen types, the Katniss with Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, even her mama me. What's that bitch name again? I done hate on that bitch so many times. I done forgot her fucking name. Emma Watson. And then there was Emma Stone. And back then, you couldn't even decide which one. Before Emma Watson became her bitchy self, you couldn't decide which one you liked the most, either Emma Stone or Emma Watson. Even before I hated that bitch, I mostly sided with Emma Stone because Emma Stone had those striking eyes. Okay, she did Easy A, and I was like, hell yeah, I like her. Of course, you had the Chloe Grace Moretz, but she had to round up for us young fellas. So we don't really touch on Chloe Grace that much. Got it? But when the Dakota growth spurt, hey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, while we on the youngest, we also got the mature ones like I said, Angelina Jolie. Before that was Jamie Lee Curtis, Sigourney Weaver. You know, what was her name again? Rocky Four.
Hmm.
Drago's wife. What was the actress name again? Leslie Bridget Nielsen. The
Yeah.
Ooh, my goodness. We need more statuesque women in movies again. And Bridget Nielsen was statuesque. My goodness. Mm. That was a towering woman. Okay? We need some we need some we need some more Corey Eversons. Y'all know Corey Everson?
Mm-hmm.
Hercules,
Bodybuilder.
Hercules, Atlanta. who I thought was a demigod because she bested him in an arm wrestling competition. Yeah, Atlanta, Xena, so Lucy Lawless, and her homegirl Gabrielle. Forgot her name. Oh, I forgot her name already. Dang it.
Gabriella.
Not Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
I'm talking about the actress. The actress name. Her real name.
Uh,
Slipped my
That's
mind
exactly
that
what I'm saying.
fast.
That's a sad thing. We only know her as Gabrielle. We don't know her by her
Yeah.
real name. That's
I know her real name, but it slips my mind right now.
before her, Alicia Silverstone and Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina the Teenage Witch,
Linda
Mhm.
Carter. Linda Carter. I
Linda
don't know if you
Carter.
said it.
Oh, that's another statuesque woman, Linda Carter.
Yes, Linda Carter.
She's another statuesque. Linda Carter. Of course, speaking of Highlander, what's his name?
Clancy Brown,
Not Clancy Brown.
Mario Van Peebles.
Van Peebles is another one, but Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, I'm about to say the one that played and yeah.
If you want the Asian persuasion, you got the Jet Lees, the Jackie Chans, the late Bruce Lees, the late Brandon Lees, the again Jason Statham. You know, lots of, man. We gotta expose Gen Z to some shit, some good shit. Okay, whether they like it or not, we got Clockwork Orange them or something.
Well,
They need to know what good.
You don't clockwork orange. You just add in a label that says "Beware for sensitive eyes."
No. We gonna Clockwork Orange their asses.
Renee O'Connor.
Renee O'Connor. Who is that, by the way?
She played Gabrielle. Renee O'Connor.
Right, Renee. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple, Wolf. It's really simple. You just tell them it's the next new MOBA to get addicted to, and it's nothing but good old movies and shows and such.
Bottom line, Gen Z needs to be exposed to some really good, striking designs. Whether they feel repulsed by it, they need to know that these designs are not as bad as their fucking peers or their quote unquote teachers are telling them.
Mhm.
Because throughout
I
their
agree.
lives, they've been told that a woman wearing a skirt is wrong. A woman wearing a form-fitting outfit is wrong. A man with muscles is wrong. A man being a man is wrong. They've been told that too many times. Women are being denied assertive men, and they know it. I'm dead serious. Women know they're being denied assertive men. They love seeing men in action. Whether they like it or not.
I agree.
It's
yes.
China doing it. Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm. They love seeing men in action, even though they talk about, oh, I can hold the door myself. I can open the door myself. No, there's still ladies out there that will let you hold the door for them.
I'm one of them. I get so tired of hearing that. Please.
And there's a lot. There's not a little. There's not rare. It's not a tiny sum. It's just that 1% woman that you find. There's a lot of women out there that will let you open and hold the door for them.
And their legs. Yeah, door.
The key to their salvation. But women are really waking up. I'm talking about women. I'm not talking about little girls in women bodies. I'm not talking about little girls pretending to be women. I'm talking about women. Understand that there is a war against relationships, against social communication, social interaction, social contact. And it all starts
Jodie
with
Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. She's looking
I
very
agree.
haggard. She's looking very haggard these days, sadly.
Mm.
Well,
but here's one thing she's able to do that most of these haggard ass bitches don't do well. She haggard well. Like she looks what people might describe as haggard, but she's not haggard. You know? She's not bitter haggard.
You got to remember they're trying to pervert and retool the word hag. So
Right.
You might be saying she's a very hot and attractive middle-aged woman.
A hot and attractive grandmother.
Hmm.
But no, I'm just saying that the key things to start before they even work their way into the other bullshit that they've been pushing out. The key thing that they're starting with is design.
Mhm.
Design specifically. We're not talking about just the sack potato look. We're just talking about the mutant design where a woman who has breasts cut it off. A woman who has hips shrink that shit. Unless they're wearing yoga pants, then they get all the cake and stuff like that. Unless they're the bad bitch, you know. For the men, make them look like a fucking child that you want to fucking rape and violate.
That always looks terrible.
No matter what the race is, they make the man look like an infant child, like it's basically Hansel. They make him look like Hansel because they want to prey on Hansel. Gretel is nowhere to be seen. Gretel's already dead.
No, Gretel
So,
got turned into Hansel,
so
such as
Gretel goes
Elliot
go
Page.
go, and Hansel gets
Like
hands
dead, Dark.
on. Yeah, that sounds.
That does not change the fact that I
Yeah.
said Gretel is dead because
Yeah,
if
but
they
is she,
transform her,
even if she gets turned into Hansel, it's always Gretel.
hmm but no, like that. It's basically predators really trying to get at our kids and take them away. These are, I'm serious, guys. We're in a reckoning position right now, and we're fighting back. We are fighting back.
I'm glad to see that. We should.
It's still ongoing, but we're fighting and we are winning because a lot of people have for lack of a better phrase woke up to this alarming state of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm at the wall at this point. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Find out what the hell you doing here. We're about to wrap it
Well, hello,
Hey,
final.
final, long time no see.
Yes, hello. But unfortunately, we're about to finish. Oh, do you want to say something briefly? Guess
up. Are
not.
you even awake?
I
I think you sleepwalked in here.
Oh.
sorry that I came in late, but I was just about to say something while you were talking about this. And I promise I will keep this short.
I'm timing.
This is the
Go.
part where
Go on.
Go on.
don't even put up that damn timer. Put that away. Okay. This is something that I've also been pondering with, even thinking back to when we were talking about the beauty. I think it was like several months ago. Where And I've also been wanting to say that this with whilst we're talking about kick-ass characters, but I also want to talk about with this thing with beauty, particularly with the recent advert, particularly the Sydney Sweeney ads, two of her recent ones, the American Eagle ad and the Baskin Robbins ad that came out exactly a year after the American Eagle one, which we all know what happened there. With this whole and it's with this whole thing where Wolf that you said that they always like to like wait, no, I wasn't gonna be there yet. Where I would already hate this so much, like they would just say like this whole it's Nazi propaganda. Wait, no, it's not. You're just projecting your insecurity. Shut up and get over it. Okay. But something that is rather beautiful, that is beauty, natural beauty within the masculine and the feminine, also with beauty in art. Something that is beauty, they would say anything that looks beautiful, the SJ Hobos know about this too. However, and beauty, despite the fact that beauty has an objective standard, something that's universal, because anything that is universal is objective, such as beauty, ethics, or morals, the SJ hobos, or basically we're just going to call them this way, the ideological zealots, they know about this too. Rather, it's they want to portray it as how they would want it, as though, like, how we decide what's right and wrong, that kind of thing, or we decide what's beautiful, or like, oh no, you're beautiful just the way you are, never mind, in spite of all the skeletons that you got
Let
locked
me
up in your
help you out.
closet, which you
Let me help you
gotta
out
own
here
the
real
fuck
quick.
up to.
4 minutes.
Let me help you out here real quick while we're at 4 minutes. I'll tell you what they're trying to do. They're only stepping in because them leaving it alone or not protecting it was not enough for them. When they completely realize that it is not working. So what do? If they can't do things on their own terms or achieve things on their own terms, they might as well destroy the thing that they hate. That really they didn't want in the first place. It's like they take your toy without ever expressing any interest in the first place, and you want it back, and instead of giving it back to you, they smash it in front of you.
And
That is
yes,
what we're
and
dealing
also,
with.
I
yeah,
agree.
and also with anything that is objective, this is also where these guys would also get it twisted. This is where anything that's objective, they would very much would go to objectifying, despite the fact that these two words don't mean the same damn thing. Because when you're objective, anything is objective, it's an end in and of itself. That's also the basic means, the basin for objectivism. You know, the one that Ayn Rand found?
Mm.
Whereas objectifying, this is, they would just confuse that for just porn. And this is, and they think anything that is beautiful, like the She-Hulk thumbnail that you put up in this very video, they think, oh, that's like, and also earlier where when you brought up the Mortal Kombat ladies, where they would just they would automatically think, oh, those are designed by men just in order to appeal to the male gaze. If that sometimes that would be the case, but you also brought up Bayonetta. You also brought up the Bayonetta thing, which was designed by a woman, but recent examples in video games with the main character in Stellar Blade, which yes, that is designed by a man,
Eve.
but he did, yes, Eve, thank you, Dark, where he actually did bring in an actual model, and which is an actual lady for the inspiration for the design of the character, especially for the other characters in the game.
Correct.
And this is always, and going back to that Sydney Sweeney adverts I just mentioned, because sex sells. That's the golden rule of advertising.
One, I wouldn't go as far as to say that phrase is the big thing. What I like to say is instead not just sex sales, it's more of know your audience and know what attracts them. And you
Yes.
already know and you already comfortable with what you attract. As a matter of fact, that's the thing I would give people to any aspiring designer. Be comfortable with whom you attract. If you're attracting male or female, or I'm not gonna try my best not to make it sound dirty. If you're gonna go into the world of children's fiction or children's products, right? Know that your audience is children. You don't market adult stuff to children. Duh. Car dealerships attract people who are into cars, right?
Mm.
Clothing line. We all know who's the biggest
Yes.
customer when it comes to clothing. Women.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with women's underwear. There's a reason why they look the way they do because women are very attractive. People have worked in the design process. I know we're getting there, Dart. The design process has evolved with trial and error over the history of mankind, from your fig leaves to your animal hides and pelts to to wool and linen to it spread across over time.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, when they were designing it, they were designing things in mind of how a man should move and how a lady should move, right? Before then, how the male should move or how the female should move. When it comes down to hunting, when it comes down to gathering, they were building clothing to assist them in their desired field and duty and work. Later on, that is later on, duties, work ethic, workhorse, whatever, right?
Right.
You know who fucked that all up? Those who are of the rich, with their design clothes and their frivolous, flamboyant designs. And granted, they still worked within the realm of what fits a man and what fits a woman, even though they kind of blended the two a little bit at times. At times, especially when they experiment and when they did their nasty shit in the back in the behind closed doors too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing; it encapsulates us as more than just us as a society, but also as us as a species. Look at the animals around us and how they attract each other. And I'll be left my ass off if animals at some point overpopulate us at this point, because that you ain't never gonna stop no animal to get some from getting some pussy. Well, you could try, but they will sneak that sneaky, you know. But that's all I'm gonna say for tonight. Thank everybody for being here. Those my goodness, there was a 7 of y'all. 7. My goodness, 7. You guys really came in clutch for us tonight, and also those nonsense motherfuckers too. So if nothing else, bottom line is if you guys are gonna be a designer or you're gonna look at what you attract, don't be afraid of looking at attractive women or attractive men. Don't be ashamed of it. It attracts you. Duh. That's what it's designed for. If it's designed for the male gaze, that's what it's designed for. If it's designed for the female gaze, that's what it's designed for. Why should you be ashamed of attracting of something that's designed for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
Guilt tripping.
Yeah, guilt tripping. Anybody who's fucking that up is obviously somebody who hates the fact that you like it, and they don't. Obviously, jealousy and envy roll into one.
Yeah, spite.
If you like Barbie, have at it. If you like Tubi, have at it. If you like Conan, have at it. If you like Henry Cavill's Geralt and not video game or book Geralt, that's fine. Hell, y'all can like today's Superman for all I care, and I don't care. I don't care. If you like him, you like him. If you like David so what's her name? Have at it. I'm gonna stroke my Christopher Reeve I'm gonna stroke my Christopher Reeve body pillow. Kidding. Now that you mentioned anime, late Leyasu, here's Hiei. I'm more of a Kurama fan, but I gotta admit, Hiei's got a very striking design. I do say so myself. Same thing with Goku, even though he's designed and modeled after Son Wukong. But yeah, tune in next week. We are going to continue book studies of Dragon Ball Gine, the next 4 chapters. What do we have on the menu for next Thursday? Dom. Negro, can you
No,
talk?
Oh God.
I don't know. Can I?
You just say yes. What did you have?
All right.
What we having next Thursday?
Oh, it's like I want to say like for this. Well, this coming Thursday, we're millennials. No, there's a talk. We're gonna be talking about crossovers.
Oh boy. Okay, that's something new.
Crossovers. Okay.
The striking, debonair, demure, lovely Leia Vala.
Good evening, everyone. This is Leah Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor, and thank you for joining us for this conversation about character design. If you have some suggestions or your favorite character designs that we did not mention, please leave it in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. As Wolf said, it could be from film, television, art, movies. Maybe it's a fashion designer that you like their designs and how they designs clothes, athlete, anything that is your favorite. Leave it in the comments below. We really would love to hear from you. And also like and share this stream with others who are interested in the same subject. We would like to hear them as well because we know there's plenty of people out there that have a favorite something as far as the character design. So once again, thank you for joining us, and everybody have a good weekend.
The cultured, handsome, electrifying, energetic, warrior of light, Final Fantasy fan 12.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so sorry that I came in here unnoticed because
Here
life
or
got in the
her? You
way.
said her.
I said here.
No, I'm
Dark.
reading your post. You said in her. Like,
That's a
who's her?
typo.
Oh, that's a. Oh yeah, typo. I fucking hate you,
No.
Dark Stranger.
I didn't write it. You wrote it. Not me. That's on you.
I know I
man.
wrote it. You twisted it.
Say you're
You make things
saying.
twisted.
Say you're saying. Say you're saying. Or else I'm going to give you the label of distracted.
Sorry that I came in here unnoticed. There's something that's been on the back of my mind that I wanted to say here, but technology's being wonky with me here, and life got in the way.
Nigga,
So,
we don't need no damn
thank you so
someone.
much for
Just
your
say
patience.
goodbye.
I am. I came here to say goodbye and thank you for your patience.
Yes. Glad to have you.
I'll get back to her and give her some kisses and some
Dark.
virgin kisses. And yeah.
I don't have a girlfriend yet.
Don't say that out loud.
What did
Fucking
you say?
moron.
What did you say, boy band?
Oh, you don't have to say that. That's not Dark's business. You don't have to say that out loud.
Negro, all you gotta do is buy her a pint.
No, who's
Fine.
next?
Why do y'all torture
The
Final like that?
quirky, the mousy, and ever so also energetic and mellow. Humble Sororitas, Humble Marty.
Hello, I'm Humble Marty and I write things. I also have a bunch of spider pictures. So, anyway, thank you for coming to our character design discussion.
We don't need to know what you do behind in your bedroom.
Well, how is this?
Of
What kind of
course not.
toys you play with?
The eight-legged kind.
Oh my
The
god.
ones that I could make avatar pictures, of course.
How did this closeout become this?
Women would get the tentacles and the dragon ones, but Humble, you girl, you an overachieve. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
Oh, I know. I just haven't got my ogre spider picture out yet.
I'm like, girl, you overachieving there.
Mm-hmm.
Never a dull moment with Humble, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
The illuminary, the visionary, and most stalwart and steward, hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
That will be a tongue twister.
That's it.
Well, no. thank you for joining us in tonight's episode of the Brew Millennials. But don't think this will be the last time we'll be talking about character designs, because hey, and we'll be touching on this again next year. But until then, this is the How Without Dying Palace. Keep up the good by maintaining hope, idealism, and optimism alive in the world. Because remember, cynicism and nihilism are for losers. And I double check the schedule. Next this coming Thursday, we're actually going to be talking about remembering the heroes of 9/11. The crossovers episode will be happening next Thursday.
What the fuck? Okay, we're talking about 9/11. Cool. The mysterious and shroud and shady. The stoic and withdrawn
Oh,
stranger, dark stranger.
good morning, and thank you for having me again on this thrillingly long discussion. Have a good night, everyone.
Thrilling
Now he
bonus.
makes it short.
I can make it long for you if you want.
That's okay, Dark. Good night.
I mean, we know you're a last.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Dark. Good night.
I mean,
Good night.
I've seen this man stretch things that the likes of you would never imagine, and
I
I don't
want to know.
see it again, and I can't unsee it anymore. Thank you for that. This has been your Wolf Commander Wolf 10, your grizzly and fuzzy wuzzy, and so sarcastically, and so wisely, and brazenly, and abrasively telling you guys, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.